Welcome to Feature Friday. We're going to design a QR code today. First, you're going to bring in an object, and this is going to be your outline of your piece. I've chosen a hexagon for this. Click on the Apps button, and then click on Code Generation. Make sure the QR code is selected, and type in the website that you want to link. I'm going to put in my Facebook address. Click on it again, click on QR code, and I'm going to put in my Instagram handle and save that. And now I have 2 QR codes built. Now what you can do is search on the web for an Instagram and Facebook image. And what we're going to do is bring in those images and we're going to trace them. I'm going to bring in the Facebook one and click on Trace, and this is going to create it into a vector. And I'm going to bring in the Instagram one and do a trace of it as well. Because we're engraving them, you can leave them as image files. I've just chosen to turn them into vector files. Now line everything up so that it's centered. And this is the point where I notice that my auto snapping is turned on. So I'm turning that off so that I can make some micro movements to line it up just a little more closely. Next, I'm going to bring in my text. So I'm going to put my business name at the very top. And I'm going to choose a scripty fun font for this. Now I'm going to turn these to the red layer because I'm going to engrave the icons and the QR codes. And I'm going to make a duplicate of the name and turn one of them dark blue for scoring, and the other one will be black so that it cuts it out because I want it to be a 3D effect. At this point, I've decided that I don't like the object that I created, so I'm going to go into AI Make and go into Line Icon Vector, and I'm going to select this object that I created previously. I believe it's an octagon. I'm going to delete all the outside vector points in the very center one so that I now just have a single line object. This is going to allow me to have a larger name as well. Once you've got the objects to the right size, don't forget to make a duplication of the name so that they're both the same size, so when you go to place them on top of each other, they line up seamlessly. Lastly, I'm going to just type Connect with Us and put this at the bottom. The last piece I'm going to create is the stand. Now this part's a little bit trickier, and this part's a little bit trickier. So what I do is I create a copy and then I make it out of wood first, just to make sure that it actually fits properly before I do the final piece. But I'm going to roughly measure where I want this inner part to sit. I'm now going to bring in another rectangle. In this one, I am going to make the size of my slot opening. I was going to use that other piece to begin with, but I didn't like that it had the rounded corners, so now I've got a unrounded rectangle. I'm going to make it where I want it to sit width-wise. And once I have the right width, Now I'm going to make the height 0.122. This is where you're going to have to play around and decide what thickness your acrylic actually is. This is done best with a caliper. So I'm just going to make this slot, and I'll do this test piece out of wood first to make sure that it actually fits the way that I want it to. But this will give you an idea on how to build a little slot to hold your sign. I'm going back and turning auto snapping back on because I want to set this in the very center of the block. Once that's done, I'm going to put that on the black layer because that's my cut layer. And now my sign is ready to be cut. Thanks for watching.